Yeah, I'm guessing you guys are all up to date with the amazing news coming up. Makes shocking predictions. Lots of people making predictions. 100,000 open interest, Echo 69k BTC price. Well, that's a lie. Open interest is nothing like it used to be, but it is better. But yeah, we're far from that. 2 reasons Bitcoin could challenge record high. Well, hey, we can make up 10 reasons. Mexican billionaire, blah, 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 blah. I don't see anything about El Salvador buying Bitcoin though. ETF, big ETF. Oh, ETF this, ETF that. Lots of money coming in. The question is, what is that money doing that's coming in? Is it buying Bitcoin or is it shorting it? We shall see. We shall see. Let's get cooking.
Before you continue, please pause the video and read this trade disclaimer. None of the information contained here is financial advice. This is only for educational purposes.
So anyway, that's the stuff you can read all day and, be confused right after you finish reading all of it. Then you probably won't know which way to look or which way to go. So that's what I find so comforting about technical analysis. You draw one line on the chart. It's objective. Everybody can draw the same line at the same place. And it's crystal clear. Are you above the line or are you below the line? Yeah, so here we are with a fantastic Bitcoin performance. This is the monthly chart, by the way. So since September, green, 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 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th monthly candle in a row that is green. Nice expansion to the upside. Also in February, pushing into this or almost past this big box of resistance, which started at around 45k up to 50k. So now it's above it. Yeah. So it really is trying to be super duper bullish. And if it continues this way from a monthly candle perspective, this would be the next monthly level to the upside. No? That's the next untapped monthly level to the upside, 61.41. So that's a more realistic price target than say 120 or some stuff like that. Because that's a monthly level that is actually quite interesting. But before you can get there, some things have to happen first. So since this is a weekly level and we're on the monthly time frame now, I always like to start on high time frames, especially when I begin a new week, because I want to have a clean chart, nothing on the chart, and then just start building it from zero. That gives you more whales. Yeah, that gives you a good it's a good mental exercise and gives your brain a chance to see things that you hadn't seen before because of your bias, whatever it is, long, short, doesn't matter. Just try to reset yourself as often as possible so that you can see the new information that is constantly coming in. So yeah, what is this weekly? I'm probably guessing some people are asking, where is this weekly level from? It's from here. It's from 2021. Yeah, so it's been a while. So if you were around back then too with Bitcoin, maybe you were around already many, many years ago too with Bitcoin. And this is an old friend of yours, so to speak. But that's the weekly level that's been waiting there since 2021, December 21. So a good 2 years. And the next one is much, much higher at 65k. So there's a monthly in the way. But the interesting statement now is that last week's candle closed above it. I don't know if you remember the video from last week. That's one of the scenarios that I was presenting. Close a weekly candle above this weekly level, which it did. Then revisit the area, ideally this week. We'll see. And establish it as support. That's very important, that a price does not crash through here, that establishes this area as support, bounces back up and makes a new high. That would be very bullish. On you go to higher prices. Yeah, crystal clear. So that would be my an ideal scenario for me, because if, for example, I do want to go for a long, then it would be off of something like this. I can put a relatively easy invalidation, which doesn't exist now. Yeah, I don't know what price is going to do if it comes down here. So first I would need to wait for that to happen, and then I could decide, okay, if I go long, then I could enter above the weekly after seeing what I want to see. There's a few things that I would like to see, a certain type of reaction that I want to see. And if I see that, then I could consider a possible long to ideally the monthly level, for example, at 61k. That would be an option. But for that, I would need to see a reaction there at the weekly level, and not on a day like today. Like today, for me, doesn't count. If New York is closed, then it's not a real trading day, period. I'm sorry for the other markets. I love them very much too, but there's only one king in town, and that's New York. So it's the way it is. So that would be one possible scenario. Other very simple scenario. It does crash through the weekly level, flips it to resistance, and starts moving down and gives back all of this. Yeah, why all of this? Well, because the next range available where some volume can be found is down here. So we're back to, the low 40s. And if that range is lost, then we can use the same principle to say, whoops, sorry about that. Let's click. There you go. We can use the same principle to say this was a pretty quick move up. I know these are weekly candles, but it's green, 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 green. That means no real support was created up here on the way up. And the next big area is down here at the 30K, starting at 30K. So that's a scenario we have to keep in mind as well. If this weekly level does not hold and the selling gets really cheeky and aggressive and the buying is completely overwhelmed, then that would be the next area where at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks were spent. And on the 10th, it broke out. Yeah? So that's your next area of support. But this will all depend, once again, all of this depends on what happens with this weekly level. And so far, it's looking bullish because it's already managed to close a weekly candle, which fits the level, above. So, daily, this is actually very nice looking. That is actually very nice. Unfortunately, this happened on Saturday. I would have preferred to see it happen today, tomorrow, Wednesday, it doesn't matter, just in the following week. Yeah, just because of that weekly candle mechanic. But from a daily candle perspective, that's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, close above, maybe spend a couple days up here, flip back, revisit the area, but there is no acceptance here. In other words, it gets immediately bought back up and you continue to make new highs. So there you have that little, above, back test and go. Yeah, that mechanic on the daily time frame we can already see. Is this enough? Well, we shall see. Yeah, and I'll tell you which. There's one trading session that will decide that, and it's offline today. I keep repeating myself. I know. It's like, oh my God, can you stop talking about New York? No, I can't. So what if it does revisit the area and goes a little deeper, a little bit below the 50K? Yeah, just dip under 50K, just like it did here. Yeah, see how it dipped below 40K? It was a nice dip below 40K here. A dip under 50K would bring us to that daily level that is still untapped and waiting for a friend to say hello because it's very lonely, so to speak. And yeah, would fit quite nicely. Look at that. That would fit quite nicely. So that's the option to the downside on a daily candle time frame. And this is the oops. Yeah, actually we got two already. We got this daily level up here, 52.221, and right now it's dancing above it. So you can use that as your top resistance, currently above it. And that would be an untapped daily level also to the downside that was created. Let me see, for Saturday to Sunday. Oh, okay, so it's a bit of a low volume one, but still daily level. Yeah, so I guess you could use that for very, very local price action like this. If you want to like scalp trade or something like that, that would be a way to build a local range. Let's throw some volume in there. I'm actually going to take that candle as well. Oh wow, that's very nice. Look at the value area high. That's insane. 52.4. Wow. That's proper right there. Woo! Yeah, that's very nice. So you can use. Personally, don't like that daily level very much, to be honest. I'm just going to take it out now. And this one, I don't like it either. I'm just going to stick to the value area. I like that much better. And of course, shorts putting their stop losses here, putting their stop losses here, and above the high as well. And here we got a little local trend line to the moon. So if price does manage to start pushing down here, it can trigger a lot of stop losses from longs. And there you are at the weekly level. This is a quick and efficient move to the upside, so that one's also not very difficult to reach. So yeah, it fits. So what do I expect for today? Not much. Ideally, not much. People opening positions as close to the point of control as possible, longs and shorts, to then get stopped out on both directions before the next move comes. Yeah. Just a bit of a sideways phase, and those who are able to trade ranges from top to bottom, back and forth, are going to profit very much from this. And the impatient market participants that are just YOLOing at the worst place possible and longing the top, shorting the bottom, are going to probably get, well, destroyed. That's just the way the markets work. So yeah, accumulate some more open interest up here. And then perhaps, ideally, a revisit of these levels would be my favorite scenario. I think that could give an interesting trade setup. And for a possible short, well, the easiest one would be to go for this. That's the previous week high. That's just a bread and butter short. You have to be careful though, because this always a note of caution. There are no guarantees in trading, of course, and you have to consider the fact that this has been having a very strong month and pushing higher and higher and higher every single time, barely retracing, right? Flipping resistances to support, just like this, and those are bullish statements. So any short positions, by definition, will have more trouble and a higher chance of getting stopped out. That being said, if price manages to push past this, make a new high, yes, it's a higher high, so that's more bullish. But if it then starts failing and goes below these levels again, flips the previous week high, flips the value area high of the local range, those will be local signs of weakness. And perhaps we can get that rotation going down to maybe the weekly level, perhaps the daily level, just as a local idea, you know? And that would give me a very easy trade setup, because the risk reward is quite nice, you know? So ideally catching something like this, and then I can try to take it to the weekly level or to the daily level. Fantastic, you know? Easy peasy. But it's something that you need to observe and actually see if it happens like this, or if it just blasts higher, which is also possible. There's some, before that 61K monthly, there's interesting levels. I like the 58K area as well. There's some interesting stuff there too. We're going to cover this week as well, especially if price makes a higher high, then we need to be ready for those levels too. But yeah, that would be the rough idea right now. What I've been seeing, checking the order flow software, yeah, is that a lot of aggressive market participants have been entering up here, also over the weekend, in the millions, longs and shorts, and very, very aggressive shorts. For example, on this move down here, that failed to push price significantly lower and have gotten punished by a following move to the upside. So it's not just longs getting punished at the moment; it's still mostly the shorts, you know? Longs as well, of course, over leveraged, also getting stopped out, but the shorts are quite aggressive and they're not doing a good job bringing price down, so far at least. Perhaps after a mechanic like I just described with the swing failure pattern of the highs, something like that, maybe then things get going, or it just continues higher. You know? As long as the trend is up, then up it is, for whatever reasons. You know? This continues then to be a healthy trend if it does that, if market structure is intact. And the only way you can say, oh, okay, this is getting weak, is if it starts doing something like this. You know? And you can say, well, at least locally, this is starting to downtrend. And how far it goes, that's something we would check and keep you up to date on in the Vanguard section. That's our premium section here at Safehouse, where we can go, you know, we make a rough plan on Mondays to see what's up for the week ahead, which are the mechanics that we're discussing now. And of course, we also go into more lower time frame detail to cover possible day trades, scalp trades, trades that last very short and duration are very short, longs and shorts, it doesn't matter, but they can last minutes, hours, or just for a day, or of course also swing trades. These are different categories that you can approach differently, also on different accounts, depending on what you're into. And in the end, what we teach is that we give you the tools so that you make your own decisions. So we don't tell you what to do. We're not financial advisors. None of this is financial advice. It's just for educational purposes, so that you decide what to do with this knowledge. That's the main idea. That's the gist of it, right, guys? They know what I'm talking about. All right. I think there's not much more to say. I mean, the simpler you can keep it, the better. Yeah, there is no need to have, I mean, you can tell how many indicators I have here. I have this one because, I don't know, I don't even know why I still have it. I barely use it, but okay, if you want to see some volume candles. I have the VWAP. That's a very, very good one for intraday trading. That's it. There's no fancy indicators here. There's no, I'm not paying anyone for any sort of future telling indicator stuff that's going to change everything. I used to do that at the beginning many years ago. I thought, oh, I need this and this and that. And at the end, I just realized, my goodness, this is so complicated. And this indicator is saying this, the other one saying that. What am I supposed to do? Well, the answer is, when you look at the chart like this, you will see everything with much, much more clarity than when you have stuff on it. Yeah? All that you need to know and that you need to see is right there. You can see it right there without a single line on the chart. You know? That's still my favorite way to look at charts. That's why I start with a clean chart on a high time frames and then moved on. But I think that's all I wanted to say for Bitcoin. If I think of anything else, or if you guys have any questions, just post them on YouTube, on the chat here.
Elevate your mastery in trading. Join the Safehouse Vanguard today.